Hello.
Hey.
Hey. This is Blake and Hayden. Blake, the coach of the Shamouti Island Slowkings.
I'm Hayden. I'm the coach of the Honolulu Houndooms.
That's the spreadsheet behind us. And over here.
It's all around us.
I don't know what that is. We're just trying this. It probably won't continue.
We like to be fancy.
Alright, let's get right into it. We'll go into the current standings.
This is for Johto, by the way.
Oh yeah, we're going over
you happy
Johto.
Forest?
Adam is in the lead, followed by everyone else. 'Cause Adam 6-0'd
Look,
somebody.
you can see it right there.
Adam is in the lead. Adam, then Drew, then Nick, then Montana, all with the wins. Then Forrest, Tyler, Anthony, and Keenan. I think Anthony should be above Keenan.
Yeah, he should.
And then Zach.
Zach. The only person to get 6-0. The first week. Come on. Come on.
Actually, yeah. That's weird. Drew has 4, but he battled Keenan, who has -5.
Someone killed themselves.
Oh.
Yeah. It's.
Yep.
I was looking at that.
That's good. That's good stuff. It happens. Alright. We're going to recap the battles. We're starting with the crossover game. Crossover. Cross scissor, as I like to call it, not X scissor. It was Tyler, the Cleveland Conkeldurrs, and Trevor, the Detroit Cobalions.
Yes.
Hacks.
Hacks everywhere.
Hacks on Haxorus.
Holy cow.
There was a burn early on.
First turn. From a flamethrower.
From a flamethrower, 10%. Then, the freeze.
I think we all saw that one coming, though. That was...
Like, there hasn't been a freeze all day. There has to be one. Oh, there it is. There it is. That was very unfortunate.
Yeah.
It was not like, oh, I froze you, but you're probably going to die anyway. It was, I froze you and you're about to set up and destroy me.
Yeah.
And I totally stopped that. That's what that freeze was.
Completely. It's just... Sorry, Tyler, but you didn't sacrifice enough to the Hax gods this week.
Did you catch a shiny and not release it or something? I don't know.
Well, I think that battle ended in a 5-0. It looks like it.
I think it was
Tyler.
5.
Tyler only got 1.
Yeah, Tyler got 1 kill, so it was probably a 5-0 in Trevor's favor. Go Kanto.
Better division.
Yes.
I guess some notable things about that battle. Trevor was running a Volt Turn team.
Yeah, he had U-turn a lot and Volt switch.
That was very annoying. I don't want to battle that, Trevor. Please don't do that against me.
Yeah, there was another team that did that.
Yeah, what was it, Drew?
Mm-hmm.
God, Johto just sucks this week.
Yeah, what's up with you, Johto?
And then Tyler had Pharaoh Seed, who turned out to be a pretty good wall.
Yeah, Pharaoh Seed did his job. He just stuck in the ground and ate some hits.
Popped out his spikes every now and then.
Every now and then.
But
kind of shook.
Trevor just had a better matchup this week.
Yep.
It was not a good one for you, Tyler. I'm sorry.
Yeah. It's kind of sad. Alright, moving on to the showdown game. This was the showdown of the century.
The best match of the week. This should go on like ESPN, the Ocho's top 10.
Yeah. This would be the highlights for the season.
If you didn't watch Anthony's commentating during the battle, you need to go watch it.
Yeah, that was much better than just watching the battle. You have to watch Anthony battle, Anthony's commentary against Nick.
Yes.
Nick had the experience in his favor, and he won.
He did. He definitely got lucky when Anthony encored. What is that thing called?
Volcarona.
Quiver Dance.
Quiver Dance, yeah. And Anthony had to sacrifice Charizard to that. I knew
Yeah.
he had to sacrifice something. Because that
was
Quiver Dance
brutal.
was going on for a while.
But he killed it, which was important.
Yes.
Because it makes him not dead last.
Yeah.
Like some other people.
Yeah, some other people.
Zach.
Also, Anthony had 3 attacks on his Crocodile, and it was choiced, and one of the attacks was Stealth Rock, so that was kind of not in Anthony's favor.
Well, he did have knockoff on there twice.
Yes.
So.
For when you wanted to knock off.
Well, he might have needed to knock off like 40 people.
Oh, yeah, because of all the PP.
Right?
But
So-
it just didn't, I mean, yeah.
Other than that, Mega Lopunny is crazy. Watch out for it.
Mega Charizard kind of got wasted destroying the Volcarona.
Yeah.
Could have done better, but
That would have been interesting to see.
later on.
Yeah.
Later on in that battle.
And then Nick set up a sticky web, which seems to work.
Yep.
Especially
The
with
only
his
thing
team.
that didn't get affected was Charizard at first, and some other flying guy got sent in.
Who does he have? Thundurus.
Thundurus, yep. Thundurus was able to do some stuff. And Scolipede. Scolipede was running a weird set. It was like Focus Sash, Endeavor, X Scissor. But it did work. He just needed to stay in once the Stealth Rock was set up and you had Focus Sash, you should have just stayed in and sacrificed him.
But it's only the first week, it's okay. At least you didn't get 6-0'd.
Right. It was the first week. It was a good game. It was a good match.
Moving on to the next battle, we have Keenan and his Lake Serperiors
versus Drew and his Wobbuffetville Wishmakers.
This was both sides. Everyone was U-turning, volt switching. Blah.
It was going on for a little while. I think it was one of the shorter matches, actually. I wrote down it was only 24 turns.
Yes, I actually wrote down the turns too.
Yeah, it was very short.
So, congrats on not being stupid long.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, Drew did not bring Memento.
But he did bring Normal Gem Explosion.
He did.
Which is the same thing.
Basically, yeah.
Actually, except for he actually killed somebody with it.
Who was that? Who did he kill?
He killed Goodrow with it.
Yeah.
Because I was looking at their matchup later when Drew just set up with Salamence.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, there's not really anything he could have done earlier. Like, without
Yeah.
Goodrow. Well, even Goodrow couldn't have helped
And
him that
then-
much.
I think Keenan lost Mega Pinsir pretty early.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't remember what it was.
Keenan was great with Meloetta. Did you notice that?
Yes.
Meloetta's normally weak to the U-turn, and he would switch and get resist the U-turn, which was out there a lot.
Yeah.
And then he had the really strong Ice Punch for those
Mhm.
physical stat boost when he switches to
Yeah.
fighting mode.
He just.
He worked that Meloetta.
I was talking to Keenan after his battle, and he just said he did not expect those guys to come from Drew. Like, he was expecting a completely different team. One thing I did like that Keenan brought was one of his NUs, Cryogonal.
Yeah. Cryogonal did a lot.
That was a really good. I mean, I think he did great.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a different moveset, so he can do more.
I liked the Reflect.
Yeah.
Cryogonal is very weak in the defense. He has highest special defense and speed, but his regular defense is garbage. So that Reflect helped a lot.
Mm-hmm.
With those U-turns, too.
Yeah. Especially since I think, one of Keenan's Pokemon took a super effective move, and it did, nothing.
Yeah.
And Drew was, freaking out. So.
It's all about the reflect.
Keep bringing those reflects and light screens, guys.
Yeah,
They do make a difference.
Drew had both of them on his Jirachi. Which, I mean, you bring them against everyone else, but not me.
Yeah.
All right, we're moving. We're moving on from that one. All right, this one was great too. Monty versus Forest. The Monty
Holy
Mankees
cow.
and the Forest DC
United
Tyranitars.
Tyranitars, I think.
Yeah, I don't remember if the United's in there. That one
Whatever.
was great. I wrote a bunch of stuff down.
One thing about that, not only was it brother versus brother, the first brother match of the season, it was also Unbound Hoopa versus Bound
Hoopa. And it was Staraptor versus Talonflame.
Yes.
The
Let's
birds.
just get all of the
versus.
opposites and get them out of the way the first week.
Monty's like, oh, you picked those Pokemon? I'm going to pick the opposites. Since I get to pick last. Okay. They both got their rocks up early on, which helped out a lot.
Yeah.
It prevented them both from using their birds a lot.
Till the end, I think?
It was the very end. There was some weird stuff with Ferrothorn and Diancie. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I feel like Ferrothorn, yes, Ferrothorn is the counter to Diancie.
But he was not prepared.
You need to go, heavy slam on Diancie and just
take
get
it
rid
out.
of it.
Because Forest was smart with his Diancie, where he left it in because he didn't want anyone else to get statused.
Yeah.
So it was just sitting there getting statused, and Ferrothorn was like, Monty was like, when are you going to switch out?
Yeah.
And Diancie never did, and Monty wasn't prepared for that.
Heavy slam, man.
Yeah, he would have crippled that, just destroyed it.
And then this was the second battle that used Explosion. I don't know what it is with the Johto people.
They're just
hopping on trends.
They got Team Rocket over there.
Explosion.
With electrodes.
Yeah. And then one thing that I thought was huge for Monty, probably won him the game, was when Hoopa did not kill Mega Heracross.
Yeah. That was huge.
God. That
Heracross is just I was just looking at the setup. I'm like, I have no idea which is faster. What's about to happen?
Yeah.
And then Hoopa went first, and Heracross lived. And then Hoopa Unbound was just like, I'm gonna go. Just see ya. Goodbye.
Yeah, that was. I mean, Mega Heracross died the next turn, but being able to basically one-shot Unbound Hoopa was.
And
won him the game.
Yeah. And then I'm pretty sure right after that was just the birds, and then they collided.
They came out, and poor Forest, Talonflame did not kill, even though it had Gale Wings with Brave Bird.
Yep.
And then Montana, for some reason, went double edge.
Yeah, you could have gone with any other attack. But I think Montana didn't realize Talonflame was going to go first. He was hoping for the speed, because Staraptor is pretty fast.
Yeah.
And Montana's pretty new at this.
Yes.
So Montana was like, alright, I need to just hit him really hard, because Talonflame still had a lot of health.
Yeah, and... Yeah, because he would have had trouble with Talonflame. But that Intimidate Staraptor came through in the end. This, of course, resulted in the first 0-0 of the season.
Which we joked about not happening. And it happened.
Congrats, you guys, on
Yeah.
0-0ing each other and bringing the opposites to your Pokemon. And I guess we now know that Bounded Hoopa and Staraptor are better than Unbounded
Hoopa and Talonflame. You have to go with the OG Staraptor.
So, watch out for that,
Yeah.
Johto people.
Don't underestimate Hoopa and Monty.
So the last battle is Zach versus Adam. Togekiss won that game for Adam. And Zach's poor play won that game for Adam. Yes, the Umbreon was a really
Umbreon
good wall.
was the best thing that happened on Zach's team.
Yes, Zach. Umbreon's
good.
It's pretty good. But yeah, I mean,
there was a lot of switching between Raikou, Togekiss, Chestnut, and Seismitoad. It was just like Raiku's out in Togekiss. Togekiss switches out into Seismitoad, eats a Thunderbolt. Raikou switches out into Chestnut, eats a Muddy Water or Surf.
And then Togekiss comes right back in.
Right back in. It was that for a few turns.
And, I mean, that was what Zach, like, I feel like Zach's one big mistake was in the beginning when he was in against the whatever that is, Latios. And instead of switching out or going for, I think he was carrying Signal Beam.
Yep.
For that, he calm-minded, which is probably the worst thing you could have done.
Yeah.
You could have switched hard into Umbreon and who knows, maybe won the game. But you got predicted hard.
Yeah, there were some things you could have done just to not get 6-0'd, and that's what it comes down to sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, my fight with Hayden at the end, I was just like, I don't want to get 2-0'd, so I'm just going to stall until his Darmanitan falls. You just got to do some things not to get 6-0'd, I guess. But you never know.
Yeah.
It's hard to predict things.
And this was his first battle. In the DHL.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I think one of his first battles competitively.
Oh, yeah?
I think he went to Adam's tournament thing back in the summer, but other than that,
not very much experience.
They did rebattle at Village Place,
Village
though.
Place, yes. And he did a little better.
Did not get 6-0'd, so you're learning. I think that's all of this week's battles.
Mm-hmm.
So
let's go over something really quick. The trade history for this week. Right here, we have Keenan and Adam traded, which they picked those Pokemon sort of to trade.
Yeah.
And then Hayden and Tyler traded their Megas, which they picked those ahead of time to trade. And then Chris, with this unheard of play, just dropping Breloom.
John Cena. John Cena is now a free agent, people.
John Cena, guys. Anthony, I'm looking at you. John Cena is open. And Celebi has been picked up. And then Keenan dropped Heliolisk for Cobalion.
Yep.
And we can't update that, Drew.
Yeah.
We've tried. And I think
forbidden.
It's forbidden. So, I mean, it's your job, I guess.
Yeah.
Get on that.
Come on, Drew.
Get with the picture here. Going back to the top. Yeah.
So
now we'll do our predictions for next week. Next week's Johto League. We got Nick and Tyler.
Boom.
Nick has 1 win. Tyler does not.
Yes.
Tyler, can you pull through? Let's see your Mega matchup.
We got
Mega Lopunny, oh yes. And then
Mega Medicham.
Mega Medicham, because Hayden and Tyler traded. So Mega Medicham and Mega Lopunny.
This is a tough one, because if they Mega Evolve in the same turn, Mega Lopunny will outspeed, I believe, and get the Fake Out first.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
And then that leads to... Yeah.
But Mega Medicham still has the Psychic Zen Headbutt.
Mm-hmm. So, it's going to be
tough. It depends on who's switching into who.
Yes, that is going to be a big one.
But Mega Medicham has the upper hand.
I also think if either of them can put damage or statuses onto either of their Megas, that is going to be a heavy decision in who wins.
Yep. As much chip damage as you can get, so you can get those priority moves just to finish them off.
Yeah.
That'd help out a lot.
But other than that, I think this battle should actually be pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Nick actually got to draft this year, this season.
He didn't draft last season.
So that's cool. That's cool, man.
Yep, he actually got Pokemon that he wanted. and it's a pretty good team.
Apparently, yeah, and I mean it got him a win
Right.
last week, so
Mm-hmm.
who knows? We'll have to we'll wait and see. Next we have
Keenan and Anthony.
versus Anthony.
Keen Anthony. Mega Charizard and Mega Pinsir. I mean, Mega Pinsir's only chance is Rock or
Mhm.
Earthquake. A good Earthquake into Mega Charizard.
Yes.
Or a Rock Attack before it evolves or after it evolves. Mega evolves.
And Charizard's done.
But Charizard just takes out Pinsir with like
Yeah.
anything.
It like coughs on him and he's dead.
Right.
But Mega Pinsir does have a slight upper hand due to the fact that it gets Quick Attack.
Quick Attack, Aerialate.
And Charizard doesn't have any priority moves, I don't think.
Right. It would have to rely on Dragon Dance
So-
to get faster, I think. I'm not sure.
It's-
We didn't
yeah.
look up their speeds. But I'm pretty sure Pinsir's faster. I mean,
think
it
so.
doesn't get wings just to be slow still.
Yeah, that'd be dumb. Doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense.
So that
Um,
that one can go either way, but I think Anthony's Charizard would probably
Yeah.
have it.
And then the rest of their teams, I think it's going to be a toss-up, really.
Mm-hmm.
They both have guys that are scary, but then,
They have answers for each other.
yeah,
Yeah.
so it should be a good one. Should all watch that one.
Yeah.
Probably be Battle of the Week.
Again, it'll be
Yes.
another battle of the week. Okay. Monty and Drew. Now, Monty, watch out, because Drew does shenanigans.
All over the place.
All over the place are shenanigans when you fight Drew. Mega Altaria and Mega Heracross. Monty, Heracross isn't going to do much for you this time.
No. Unless, does it get a poison move? Does it get poison jab?
It might get Poison Jab, but it
That's
wouldn't get
gonna-
boosted by the skill link.
That's
It
going to be
gets-
the only way.
Yeah.
And he has to get lucky and, like, hit it on a switch in while it's already Mega'd. And then he has to switch out.
Or you could Rock Blast it before it Megas, because it'll be Flying type.
Yeah. If you can pull that off
If you can
somehow.
pull that off. But other than that, Mega Altaria kind of just eats you.
Yeah.
It's just
That's not a good
swoops
matchup
down
for you.
and eats that bug.
I mean, it is a dragon.
It's a dragon in the clouds.
And then I don't know. The rest of their teams, they kind of have answers
Right.
for each. Like, come on, guys. No one has a team that destroys another team.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Come on. Pick it up.
Monty doesn't have the experience, but
No.
Drew hasn't really played a lot of 6th gen
Mhm.
besides with us.
But he did pick up Mega Altaria, so he cannot be fooled by
He
it.
kind of
again.
knows about the fairy type.
He can't be fooled by that. And Monty doesn't have any fairies, does he?
No, but Hoopa is new, so
Yeah.
who knows what type Hoopa is?
You got him with that, Monty.
Yeah, just send in Hoopa and have him
Play tricks on Drew.
play tricks.
Trick the Trick Master.
You got Trick Room. That was not very useful, but it was a thing.
Wait, hold on. We need to pause and go back to that. The Trick Room that Monty set up in his battle. Why? Why? You outsped Druddigon.
I was like, okay, there's Trick Room, and then Druddigon started going first, and I'm like,
I knew
that was
something
kind of
like that.
bad, but Hoopa did survive long enough for Heracross to come in when the Trick Room went, or somebody came in when the Trick Room went away and was faster, and took out the Druddigon. Maybe
Well, from what I remember from watching that, the Trick Room didn't do anything.
it did not help Monty, not at all. I mean, I wouldn't know who's faster between Hoopa and Druddigon,
No, I guess not. But
but Druddigon does get Sucker Punch.
he looks slow.
Yeah, he does look slow. And Hoopa's kind of floating there with
Yeah.
his rings. All right. So
Sorry about that.
Altaria
Back-
defeats Heracross.
Adam.
Against Forest.
Ooh.
It's going to be a thing.
this one. Who do we got?
Oh, yeah.
Mega Sceptile and Mega Aggron.
Mega Sceptile, Mega Aggron.
So,
this one's kind of a toss-up.
yeah. Mega Sceptile does get Focus Blast, which can really put a damper in Mega Aggron's day, but Mega Aggron is just a tank.
It's just so bulky. And Mega Sceptile doesn't really want to take hits.
No, he doesn't.
So, Focus Blast with those misses, Aggron could just take advantage of those and just eat away at Sceptile.
Yeah. And, I mean, what? Mega Aggron gets Filter, which reduces
Super effective
moves. So, this Mega Aggron might be able to just eat up everything.
Right. And it loses its rock type, so it's only ×2.
Yeah.
Not stab.
That's,
Aggron might pull through in this one.
But, again, I think it's going to come down to
the rest of the team.
Yeah. Like, yeah, the Megas play a big role. Forest, you need to look out for that para-flinching Togekiss. It really messed up Zach, and it can really mess up your team.
Yeah.
Especially since, I think Mega Sceptile's the only one that can get rid of that isn't affected by Thunder Wave.
Oh, right.
Because of Lightning Rod.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, you don't have any other electrics.
No. And then, I don't know, Adam always has the threat of a rain team.
Oh, with Politoed right behind the curtain.
Yep. So
just call him, hey, I need some
like,
rain
he's
today.
Like right back here.
He's right back here. Adam could just be like, I need rain today. I have a Talonflame on my tail. You have to watch out for that, Forest. Hope you prepare well. It'll be a good match.
Yeah.
Either
you
way.
need to at least kill one of Adam's Pokemon so he does not get another 6-0.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Just only one.
Actually, if you need a Diancie, I have a few. So, give me a ring. Alright. Moving on to the crossover that you guys didn't talk about.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, we have Zach. We can't talk about it, but Hayden's right here.
Yeah.
And you guys... Oh, and what I realized is that Adam, me and you, each of our battles are the next crossover. So, like, we battled Hayden and Zach, and now they're the crossover. The next week, we battle those people, and they're the crossover. So it's just going to be that every week.
Spoilers.
It's going to be pretty cool.
Everyone. So, yeah, so this matchup, the Megas, unfortunately, Zach has Mega Gardevoir.
And you picked up Sableye.
And I have Mega Sableye now.
Mm-hmm.
Which Mega Gardevoir, as some of you may know, is like one of the only super hard counters to Sableye.
Yep. Sableye's only weakness is fairy.
Thanks, Zach, for doing that. I don't want to fight that. Don't bring it.
Yep.
If you can.
I mean, if you had Medicham still, fairy would still do a lot.
It wouldn't be fun. But I'd have Fake Out
Bullet Punch. Yeah, that does help a lot.
Unfortunately, for some reason, Sableye doesn't get Bullet Punch.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Nor does he have, like, 600 attack. So I'm going to have to play...
Right.
I might have to try.
You have to play around Gardevoir a lot.
Yeah.
Gardevoir definitely wins that matchup.
Other than that, I think our teams are pretty evenly matched. There's definitely a ton of room for outplaying in our match, Zach. I'm not going to tell you what, but it's there. I don't know. Good luck. You're going to need it.
Yeah.
I hope you kill at least one of my Pokemon so your KOs and feints doesn't go down another 6.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Zach.
It's going to happen until you don't get 6-0'd.
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's...
I'm rooting for Hayden because Team Kanto.
Yeah. Kanto is in the lead right now with the most wins.
Right.
We have 5 total wins.
So,
and
Johto, this is your week to tie it up or get farther behind. I mean, it's up to you.
It's really up to Zach.
It is really up to Zach. I mean, I'm preparing already for my crossover match, and it's the last one. I can't be the only one to lose to Johto.
They're like the most important battles of this season.
Yeah.
about covers everything.
I think that's it.
In case you guys don't know, this week I think we're meeting at Keenan's house.
That's what we were discussing. 6 to 8-ish. But it sounds like most people can't come till around 7.
Yeah.
I kind of suggested 6 in case people had to leave early, because I know Kyle goes to bed early and Matt goes to bed early, but he's not going to be there. So, I mean, there's no penalty for showing up late, but it's probably going to go till 9.
Yeah.
The battles probably won't start till around 6:30.
And I mean, what? We were at my house for like 3.5 hours?
3.5, I think.
So, as long as you show up within a 3-hour period, yeah, and have your teams ready.
Yep.
Try to cut down on the, I'm making my team
When you get there.
when you get there.
Try to be on the ball.
On point.
On point.
On point.
That's all I've been doing today is breeding. Because I have to battle Saturday. Thanks, Matt. Alright. I think that's it.
Yeah.
We'll cut it off here.
It was fun, guys. I hope you enjoy the video.
Yeah.
Hit that subscribe button, because for some reason, the DHL YouTube channel only has 10 subscribers.
I know. Get to 16 so I can be number 17.
Come on, guys.
Why do you guys not all have YouTube profiles? I mean, there's 18 of us. And Everett, who's still in the Facebook chat. All right. Bye.